I did not expect to be doing this or having this conversation here, especially with these guys. I've tried to do it multiple times, and if I'm not getting attacked by tortoises and chickens, because these guys are so friendly. Are we okay? They're literally all over. You watch, they'll come for me. They are literally, I've been sat talking and then they'll just come over for a cuddle. I didn't know that tortoises needed cuddles, but like everyone, they do. I didn't expect to be telling you what I'm about to tell you and sharing this journey, but here we are. How do I say this? Okay. We're just gonna look at this, okay? And then we're gonna look at this. The reason I came to Thailand was to process a massive change that's happening and to spend some time with my children, especially my older one who's 20 years old, and kind of get to grips with the fact that she's going to have another sibling that is 20 years younger than her. It's not a decision that I've took lightly. Anyone that knows me knows that I very much for years was talking about how, I just needed to get to the finish line. I just needed to, as a single mom, do the best I can with my children and then be free. But this narrative that we have where once your kids have gone, you're finally free is something that's problematic, and I don't feel like that at all. Ava is super excited to have a baby. I'm super excited to have this kind of journey that will be so different to how I was at 20. I'm going 40 now. The world has changed so much in 20 years. I wonder if you're 20. You probably remember, because these things, they get old. And yeah, I didn't know how to share it, but I thought, you know what, I'm determined to do some videos here in Thailand, just because it's an amazing place. Look, the girls are going back to their room. I tell you what's really hard about this trip, and I have contemplated the fact that, everyone's like, enjoy this holiday. You've got so much time. You've got all this freedom that you won't have with a young one. And this is why I've come here, because I wanted to do things that I wouldn't be able to do with a baby, like snorkeling or the late night shopping or whatever. I'm excited about not having to tell my child to put down their phone, look up, see what's around them. I'm excited about travelling with a child that can see the world, and I'm going to start seeing the world through their eyes, that are actually seeing the world and not on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. And so I will talk about the differences between teenagers and this journey I'm going to have with a baby. But overall, this is where I'm at, and this is the direction that I'm taking with my content. I'm sorry that, hold on, is this on? I have tried to film this video multiple times, but like I said, I was getting attacked by tortoises. Why? I'm trying to do my YouTube channel. Mate! Oh, is this yours? Okay. So yeah. I'm pregnant. With the baby. I'm rambling. I don't really know what to say. I tried signing it, but the reality is, I think I need to just voice this in my first language and then have separate content in sign language. I intend on making some content to help trainee interpreters build their confidence, because I'm constantly told how valuable some of my videos have been to them by trainee interpreters. So there's clearly a need for confidence building in people learning sign language. And then secondly, there's clearly a need for confidence building in people that are raising children. Because I tell you what, I'm crazy. To be doing this, I'm clearly got something wrong with me. Maybe look at this guy like he's something. Hey mate, you can't have my computer, but you can get involved in this video. We're just talking about how I'm pregnant. Have you got children? Is that something that no? Okay, I'm just gonna go over here. I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's a feisty one, this one. Look, it's just spacey. Anyway, getting back to it. Where was I? Yeah, so I've clearly got stupid amounts of confidence in terms of my ability to do this, in my ability to raise children, and maybe that's what people see in me as an interpreter. And this is why I called the channel Inadequate Mother, which I've changed now to Perfectly Inadequate, because I don't want it to just be about my mothering journey. I just want it to be about all kinds of things. I'm going to change the angle of this because these guys are... Ooh, I wonder if he's going to go for the tripod. He just likes to be around me. I've sat doing these vlogs and this tortoise just comes by me. So yeah, I have lived on my own as a single mom for 13 years now. So yeah, I have got the confidence, but I know that it's going to be frigging hard. It is not going to be easy. The father is an incredible person. It's his first child, so it's a completely different journey for him. We are not living together, and the relationship will be kept private in terms of how that looks. This is not for me to share, but I will be sharing my journey and my starting again at 40. And it's not, I don't even know how to phrase it, starting again. I'm just returning to something in a different capacity. I'm a different person. The world is different. Like air fryers, fucking air fryers. Hello. Traveling as well. Like if I could travel with 2 kids on my own when I was 20, 25, which I did repeatedly. I took my kids away every year on a, single income. I just did it. I know now, when I have the career of my dreams as a sign language interpreter, I have achieved the lifestyle balance in terms of being able to stay healthy, go to the gym. I'm not rich, I don't own a house, not by any sense, but I'm comfortable and I'm excited to just be comfortable in motherhood of a newborn and not be in survival mode and not be confused at who I am and not be scared and not be trying to juggle a million people's bullshit. Like, I know boundaries now, so as much as things might be still happening, I'm just a better person, I think, handling, and by no way was this planned. It was quite the opposite. Me and the father were very much kind of connected, strongly connected, but of the decision that we needed to go our separate ways, and this somehow has happened, and the decision was made that I just felt in my heart that this was meant to continue and into a life. I struggled with the thought of not seeing this thing through. Like, I really struggled. And I think a lot of that was to do with dealing with the emptiness, because what we don't realise, I think, is as the kids grow older, and I'm not even just talking about the ones that leave for uni, I'm talking about kids in their room, they're like talking to their friends, and you've suddenly got this space. They're there, and your whole life has been focused on what they need, what's good for them, who they are, who you can be for them. And now all of a sudden there's a space to go. Who am I? What do I want? What are my needs? Shit. And there's all this time. And yeah, like, I think my initial reasons for never agreeing, because I've been asked before, would I have kids? There's been a few relationships that have ended because I've said I can't. And one of the reasons was, I want to be a good grandma and I want to have my time before I'm a grandma. And then I've suddenly realised, I've looked at the generation of women that are out there, and the generation of men. Women aren't really having kids in their 20s and 30s as much. Life isn't fit to do that kind of journey all too much. It's changing a lot. So, I am someone that likes having children. I'm good at it. I know how to do it on my own. I know how to do it well. So yeah, let me bring you closer. So, God, you've carried this thing around for ages, so you must know what this is like. My abs are still there, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this bump develops. But yeah, my life doesn't look particularly traditional and typical, and it never has really, and I'm okay with that. I've never really been bound to this concept of a broken home being a home that doesn't have a man and wife or two adults sharing the same bed. For me, broken homes look broken in lots of different ways, and they can have two adults sharing a bed, you know? I know what a broken home looks like. I came from a very toxic home life, and I escaped a very toxic situation when my children were young, and never ever will that ever happen. So as much as I don't know what the future holds, I know it won't be toxic, and I will protect my peace and my baby's peace with all the power I have. And yeah, I'm waffling now, aren't I? I really honestly didn't know what to say, but I was determined to start this journey here in Thailand because this is the real reason I'm here, because soon things like this won't be as simple and easy for me to just hop on a plane with my two teenagers. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try and make accessible content as much as I can, but for this personal blog and vlog and story, I've decided I have to do it in my first language. And I tried earlier to sign it and do SSE, and I did do a video. Look, in 6 months I will be giving birth to a baby because life is precious, and I fell pregnant. But then the sound messed up, and yeah, I just think that conversation is a form of art. We all have an artist element to our character. Like, we're all artists. We all feel, we all have emotions, we all have a way of expressing. And the sooner you find that, the better. It can be painting, dancing, singing, making things, or just talking your ear off, which is what I probably am going to do. Having a coffee rant to someone and then breaking it down. But this part of my channel where I'm sharing my personal feelings and not too personal, but I'm going to go deep into this new journey, you know, returning back to motherhood at 40 after 20 years. It's wild, and I want to share it, and I have to do it in my first language, which is English. But I am committed, as well as this YouTube hopefully grows, is building something for trainee interpreters, because they're constantly telling me how much my videos have helped them in terms of their confidence and just giving them a reality check to the career as an interpreter. There's not enough out there. People are scared, and I understand why. I just have I just have the obscene amount of confidence to just be me, clearly. I can have a baby when I'm still single and, like, you know. I don't know. I will help sign language interpreters. I hopefully will help people learning sign language as well, because although you should only be learning from a deaf person, a deaf teacher, there is elements to learning the language as a hearing person that I think I can share, and that can help someone, especially if you've got no deaf people in your community like I had. I never had any connections to the deaf community, and it was really difficult. And to try and immerse yourself in a community you're not part of takes some balls, which I grew. So I will be sharing things like that. And then hopefully your normal deaf awareness content. But for now, I really need to get a personal blog going and vlog and just share this crazy new time. I don't really know how to close the video other than just subscribe. Please let me know in the comments what you'd like to talk about. Yeah, my stomach, I actually had a tummy tuck. Hold on, if you can see. Excuse me, mate. I know you're in the way, but so I had really strong muscles that I had sewn back together. So I'm going to be intrigued as to how this pregnancy blows up my tummy tuck, basically. That's going to be interesting. Hopefully this microphone's worked. Hopefully you stick around and you subscribe to Perfectly Inadequate by Hayley Brown. If at any point the captions weren't clear, or you're not sure of what the hell I'm talking about, and you want to know something, just simply let me know. Send me a sign language video. I will translate for you. Because although I can't share this in sign language because it has to come from my heart, therefore my first language, I can give some clarity and act to my story. Mwah. Bye.